Next up on the Cosmic News Network, First Contact with Joshua Pert.
Good morning, Earthlings. Good. How you doing today? Good. How you doing today? Welcome to First Contact Radio. Welcome to First Contact Radio. To talk about all these things I'm talking about is because in life, everything is energy. Every single thing that's out there.
Yo, it's First Contact with Joshua Poet. He's the man on the mic, just in case you didn't know it. Covering news from all around the globe, from the weather and space to UFOs. He'll talk politics and make you open your eyes. Conspiracy theories and government lies. He'll dig it all up and try to find the proof. Cause it's time to demand the truth. It's time.
First Contact Radio. We have
time to demand the truth. It's time.
First Contact Radio. We have
arrived. To demand the truth. It's time.
First Contact Radio.
It's time to demand
First Contact
the
Radio.
truth.
We have arrived. First Contact Radio.
It's time to demand the truth.
That's it. Good morning, Earthlings. How you doing today? Welcome back to First Contact Radio. Today is the 26th of August, 2014. Our sun sign is in Virgo. Our moon sign is also in Virgo, so today would be a double Earth day because Virgo is an Earth sign. Virgo is represented in the tarot by the card of the Hermit. Hermit holds the lantern up high for others to see. Implied in that idea is the idea of helping others, providing service to others. So the Hermit is one who provides service. The Hermit holds the lantern high because the Hermit went and gained that information. Light is information, so the Hermit is holding up information. We'll look at the Hermit a little bit more in just a bit since we have the double Virgo today. Anything else we need to be aware of? Let's see. We have a lesson, a square, coming up between Venus, our imagination, and Saturn, about 1:22 p.m. We have a sextile between the Moon, Virgo, and we've got first aspect is between it and Saturn, 4:20 p.m. Then at 5:38 p.m. Mars jumps into the picture there. And then, so with those two, sextile is a good vibe, good energy flow between the two of them. So our subconscious mind, Virgo, is going to be dealing with ways in which it can maybe perform better service, discipline itself to be better at what it's doing, help find other ways to help. The Mars energy coming along also energizes that ability to help. So I think later this evening we may find that as we get into the 4:20 hour, as this aspect takes place, we might find ourselves in a place of earthly discipline and re-energization. Does that make sense? And then later at 9:29 p.m. we have Mercury is going to be right next to, in a conjunction with Virgo. So this communication and service right there, standing next to each other. So we've got some good aspects coming up today, all about service, all about helping others. Helping ourselves is part of the process, because as we help others, we do help ourselves. We'll take a closer look at that in a few moments here. Let's see, numerology. Number for today is 5. Having trouble with this site here, but let me just show you what this is and how we came up with the number 5. Probably better light would do. There we go. 8, 26, 2014. So 8 place 24 plus 7 equals 23. 2 plus 3 equals 5. Process is called theosophic subtraction, reducing until you get to a single digit. So 5 is the number for today. 5 is the number of the Hierophant. Let's get back over here. 5 is the number of the Hierophant. We can see its positioning right here. And then, of course, our sun sign and moon sign right here. So we could see that we're leaning to this side of the tree today. Okay? This side of the tree, the pillar of mercy. So we've learned a lot of things. We're being humble. But we realize that we don't want to be so humble, we don't want to be walked upon. And sometimes that happens, unfortunately. So we find our way back to the middle. Okay? We find our way. The hermit makes that journey from mercifulness to the heart. So let's take a further look at the hermit, since today is a double Virgo. So first of all, this card represents, so we can see here, Virgo, which is an earth sign. The Hebrew letter Yod means open hand to help. So some of the aspects we want to look at here and be aware of with the hermit, Virgo, are the color gray, which is a combination of other colors, black and white together, gray. You mix the colors together, and the intermediate one is gray. It's the in-between. You know how when you've experimented with coloring in crayons, how you get to gray quite a bit, because you'd start mixing colors, and then you'd come up with this gray color. So gray is that neutral color. Means that the hermit really isn't taking one side or the other, because it's not about taking sides for the hermit. It's about shining the light, because everybody has the opportunity and everybody deserves to have the light shine in their life. And there, of course, we have the light right here. And the light represents information gained. So the hermit went into solitude. The hermit went away to gain this wisdom. So it made an effort to gather this wisdom. And in gathering this wisdom, now the hermit realized that there's a responsibility, so the hermit goes to hold the lantern high for others to see, so others can find what the hermit found. So let me read a little bit of it here. It says the hermit represents the one identity, or the I am. He represents the consciousness of the man who has attained enlightenment and stands upon the mountain peak as a light bearer for those below him on the path. He is solitary, alone. The symbolism points to the fact that in reality the central self of every one of us, which seems to us to be separate from every other self, is the same one identity. Because this key represents the one identity, also symbolizes will, since the manifested universe came into being by an act of primal will of the one identity. The hermit's gray robe by its color symbolizes the neutralization of all pairs of opposites in manifestation by each other, because opposite colors mixed equally produce gray. The staff corresponds to will in the archetypal world. He stands in darkness because what is behind are personifications of the supreme reality is dark and incomprehensible to our intellects. Yet he carries the golden six-rayed light, symbolizing cosmic principles and laws. As our consciousness awakens to the understanding of these laws, the darkness recedes as the light shines more brightly, until at last we find ourselves upon the heights to which we now aspire. Now I know we've gone over this card quite a bit, and we've gone over other cards quite a bit. I'm fully aware of that. But one thing that's very important is repetition. Repetition, going over this information over and over and over so that it absorbs, it sinks in. I can't tell you how many times I've gone over this card and each individual card in the tarot card deck. Sometimes you just look at one card at a day, and maybe over a week you only do one card. And you discipline yourself just to learn in that process. So this is very important, because we want to learn all of this information, so it becomes second nature to us. If we look at the tree of life, this is quite a symbol, and if we just imprint this symbol into our mind, and then we imprint and remember where all the classrooms and the paths are, and every day we just contemplate where we are and where we're going, and every day we learn a little bit more, we'll find ourselves really making great progress along the path, because every day we'll have a deeper understanding about something that will build upon what we understood from the day before. Okay, so this hermit, along with all the other cards and the ways of learning, is very important that we take it step by step by step. Current moon phase is just past the new moon. New moon was yesterday. We're 1% of the way full, making our way up to the full moon. For the 26th, it says if you're in the Earth's northern latitudes, bright Vega shines near your zenith just as it becomes fully dark. Whenever you see Vega most clearly straight up, you know that Sagittarius with its deep sky riches is at its highest in the south. Okay. And we go over to the Mayan Oracle. Today's a one-tone day. It's a new wave spell. We completed the last wave spell yesterday, so now we're in a new wave spell. Wave spell of the seed. So the theme for these next 13 days is a seed. Excuse me, the sun. The sun is all about enlightenment. The sun shines upon us. As it shines upon us, it brings light or information into our lives. If you ever take time staring at the sun in a sun-gazing fashion, or just sitting there with your eyes closed, standing there with your eyes closed looking at the sun, feeling the warmth upon your face, you'll find that information is transferred to you. As you're out and about, just in the sun, more is going on than you realize. Information is being passed down to you and all that are receiving that light, those light coatings. So the sun is very important. So today is the magnetic sun. We're pulling to ourselves that which enlightens us, attracting it to ourselves. So we have the magnetic sun guided by the sun. The phrase is, I unify in order to enlighten, attracting life. I seal the matrix of universal fire with the magnetic tone of purpose. I am guided by my own power doubled. Space weather. Solar wind currently is at 284.8 kilometers per second. We're told that there's a magnetic storm, minor storm coming up. Sometime today, tomorrow, we may feel this effect of a CME that took place on the 22nd. So starting to feel some of that effect. Planetary K-index is 2. Quiet at the moment. Not much in the way of corona holes. We have this one moving across, so maybe we'll see if we're affected by that one. 55% chance for an M-class flare, 10% for an X-class. Geomagnetic storm activity in the mid-latitudes is up to 30, and it's up to 20 in the high latitudes. So, see how we're affected by things today. And over on the Jewish calendar today, it's called 30 Av, and it's called Rosh Chodesh. So let's look further at what this is. It says, on this, the last day of Av of the year 2448 from creation, Moses carved by God's commandment 2 stone tablets, each cube measuring 6 by 6 by 6, to replace the 2 divinely made tablets in which God had inscribed the 10 commandments, which Moses had smashed 42 days earlier upon witnessing Israel's worship of the golden calf. Today is the first day of the 2 days of Rosh Chodesh, means head of the month for the month of Elul. When a month has 30 days, both the last day and the first day of the following serve as the following month's Rosh Chodesh. Special portions are added to daily prayers. Hallel is recited in its partial form following the Shatrit morning prayer, and Yel Yaivol prayer, which is added to the Amadish for the grace after meals. Let's see here if we go down to the daily thought. Daily thought says, dissatisfied on purpose, so you're not happy with the way things are in your world, your community, your house, your own self. Who says these things were designed to make you happy? God himself is dissatisfied with all of it. He made such a world and put you here within it to do your part in fixing it. Be strong and take on a load and rejoice that soon will be a world that you had a hand in building. That's a good thought. Just to realize that we're all a part of the process and that we all are taking place in the rebuilding of this world. Very nice, very nice. All right, there you go. That's our opening cosmic weather. Our UFO news is up next. Let's get to it.
This is the UFO News
with Joshua Poet.
All right, Dirk. Thank you very much. Today's first story takes us over to Ontario, Canada. This was from the 20th. This is video footage of a bright blue colored UFO recorded in the night sky above Ontario while camping in Algonquin Park with my wife at around 1:30 a.m. We saw these strange lights in the sky over the Lake of Two Rivers, southern sky. The lights weren't there the night before, and they weren't there the next day. It seemed to us like they were just hovering there. Not sure what they were, so I caught it on video and thought I would share it. All right. Very interesting. That'd be quite the capture. Be out camping and see that. Of course, you could see how far away it is as he zooms into it. That's pretty good zoom on that camera that they could get that close like that. Alright, moving from Canada, we're going to go up to the International Space Station. 3 UFOs flying formation seen leaves Earth near the space station. 1, 2, 3 right there. Street Cap 1 is the gentleman or the person who captured this. These 3 UFOs were observed passing the space station on live cam. They are moving. The UFO actually moved across the screen to the top. This is really rare to catch 3 moving in formation leaving Earth's atmosphere. Excellent capture by Street Cap 1 and definitive proof of aliens sharing our planet. These UFOs didn't come from land, but instead came from the ocean area. Somewhere between the depths there is an underwater alien base. 1 minute and 33 seconds for this video. There's our objects in question. Okay, very interesting. All it takes is going to that NASA channel and just watching, and what you'll see will amaze you. And that's what happens when people tune in to these programs. Alright, moving from the space station now, we're going to go to an NBC cameraman who captured a UFO. Here's his report right here. It says the fact that the FBI interrogated this cameraman for 7 hours makes this case extraordinary. The authorities accused him of faking the video, which has just ended right there. Which has B. This is a clip of a new broadcast from August 22nd. Cameraman Brandon Mallory shot the footage in 2002. He says he didn't notice the object when filming. When he went back to edit the video, he just happened to pause it on one of the 7 frames. His television station called the police, who then notified the FBI. He claims he was hooked up to little wires for hours and submitted to a polygraph. The object in the film goes behind the clouds, estimated to be 5,000 feet in the air. Alright, so there you go. So this guy captured a UFO, and then somebody thought, in all of their wonder and brilliance, to call the police, because the police are on our side. And the police called the FBI, who was also on our side, and the FBI interrogated this man. So maybe they're not on our side. You know, maybe that's the trick. They want us to believe that they are, but they really aren't. Moving on. Could Washington, D.C. be protected by ancient Egyptian technology? For many decades, perhaps earlier than even that, people in Washington, D.C. have noticed strange occurrences when it comes to the local weather, specifically severe storms, mostly in the summer, when on direct course that impact the District of Columbia to break or split apart at the last minute. Local weathermen have been asked about this many times, acknowledging that the phenomena does exist and occurs frequently. The usual explanation is the storm split apart due to the heat island effect. The effect is caused by the concentration of structure and buildings of Washington giving off more heat than the surrounding area. Yet we generally not see that with other cities. Storms generally tend to intensify over cities. So is DC just lucky, or did old George Washington know something intimate about weather and geography when he chose the famous sighting along the Potomac River. Another possibility, somewhat outlandish, is that it's protected by an object of ancient design, an object that some believe was sort of electrically charged shield through the channeling of various earth energies. Put another way, a pylon of power that splits storms by possibly utilizing the opposite or repellent charge. So it sounds like extraterrestrial technology of some sort that they're using out there. Wouldn't surprise us. Let's move on here. Possible underground UFO base in Kongka La Pass, Himalayas. Speculations on underground UFO base have been all over In Kongka La Pass, Himalayas. The area is a disputed territory between India and China. The reason why it is one of the least accessed places on the earth. Many locals from both sides believe the existence of the underground UFO base on the territory, which is believed to be known by both countries. Some Chinese and Indian people near the area also report spotting common UFO sightings that involve mysterious objects out from the ground. Many tourists have been attempting to enter this region, but they were denied by Chinese guard posts and Indian Border Patrol, even with their permits to travel between the two countries. Recently, a UFO sighting report came out about some Hindu pilgrims saying that they spotted unusual glowing triangular objects in the sky when they're on their way to Mount Kailash from the western side. Local guides say that the unusual lights are a common phenomena in Kongka Pass area, which is the disputed intense border region of China and India. Triangular objects have been reported to show up from the underground and move in an almost vertical direction. The area is not being patrolled by both countries as part of their agreement. Okay, so very interesting. Check the link out. More crop circles. This one says we've got one from the 16th, one from the 22nd, and one from the 24th. Okay, very nice looking one here. We've seen this type before. Looks like the eye in the middle. How many of these we have? We'll start with this one here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 24. 24 of these here. We're told in the book of Revelations, 4 and 20 elders. Is there a connection to there? And of course, the eye, which we've seen in many things, looks like that same all-seeing eye. And then the one that took place on the 22nd. There's a nice, interesting one there. Kind of looks like a Masonic symbol of the it also looks like a 5-pointed star with some additions to it. And then the one on the 24th, this one really is way different. Are those phases of our sun and our moon? Perhaps, because in the past we've seen these type of crop circles that show these type of phases, and that's what they end up being. Alright, moving on from there. Will the Vatican announce belief in extraterrestrial life? For decades, the Vatican has convened some of the brightest minds in the scientific community around the world to ponder the possibility of extraterrestrial life and prepare a public disclosure on behalf of the Catholic Church in case alien existence is confirmed. Many scientists affirm that we're not far from establishing the first contact given the advances made in astronomy. Because of this, the Vatican wishes to be ready with a statement. It might not be an easy task for the Church to interpret Holy Scripture if not analyzed properly. If life is found on other planets and man is not the only creature made in the image of God. This past March, the Vatican Observatory and the University of Arizona organized a conference held in Tucson to discuss the advances made in the search for extraterrestrial life. The conference was inspired by the rapid discovery of planets, new findings on the thresholds of extreme conditions at which life on planet Earth can survive, the new technology designed for the search for life on exoplanets. Experts on the study of exoplanets, biologists, companies specializing in biosciences and atmospheric sciences also participated. About 200 scientists from around the world attended the event, Search for Life Beyond the Solar System. They're challenged with facing the possibility of finding life using an interdisciplinary approach. The AAS announced the award for Brother Consul Magnio in honor of his distinguished communications on behalf of a scientist to the general public. This July, another advancement was made by Jesuit priest Guy Consul Magnio, a doctor in astronomy for the Vatican Observatory. Was given the Carl Sagan Science Medal from the American Astronomical Society. Counting with scientists such as Brother Consul Magno, the Vatican scientific endeavors have gained prestige. Brother Consul Magno has appeared in major news outlets including the BBC, where he has served as an expert on topics of science and religion relating to science. The Vatican Observatory is one of the oldest astronomical institutions in the world, located in Castel Gandolfo, the Pope's summer home outside Rome. Its research team also operates the Vatican Advanced Telescope in the Mount Graham International Observatory in Arizona. Okay, did you know that the Vatican had an observatory in Arizona? Well, now you do. And the very last one here, Edwards Air Force Base encounter at Edwards. One of the most troubling aspects of the whole UFO phenomena to me are the numerous accounts of encounters on military installations and the subsequent cover-up and the improper treatment of personnel involved. This is a practice which began in the days of the crash at Roswell, when President Truman ordered the creation of the National Security Council by Public Law 80253, approved July 26, 1947, and thus the lid was successfully clamped down on the biggest event in the history of the world. Civilian witnesses were aggressively interrogated, threatened, and told to remain quiet about what they saw, or they would be taken out into the desert and never seen again, and that bullets are cheap. Military witnesses didn't have it any better either, and many were subjected to harsh interrogations, often with the use of chemicals, and made to sign documents that in every instance described their encounters as anything but what truly occurred. In many of these instances, the witnesses were even told the complete truth about the extraterrestrial presence, about how many species are visiting Earth and how they have been for thousands of years. We are dealing with technology way more advanced than ours, and similar confessions in an effort to convince them that keeping this information secret was in everyone's best interest. It is my firm belief that shining a light on these encounters and educating as many people as possible about the truth of what's going on is the best defense these people have in the search for the truth. That the majority of these encounters are kept from the public is a disservice to everyone, and that the basis for many of the troubles that our society is dealing with today. With that in mind, I'm going to present to you a case for all that I feel is not only representative of the types of encounters of military personnel have experienced, but also demonstrates the way that the instances are commonly dealt with. For now, my witness wishes to remain anonymous due to his oath of secrecy and fear of losing his military pension. I can completely understand and I respect where he's coming from, and I would never compromise the identity and safety of anyone. So for that purpose, I will just refer to him as SP John and his partner as SP Bob. In truth, the witnesses cannot remember the name of the partner anyway, a fact I find interesting in itself. I would also like to add that this case is closed now, although that should not be construed to mean that I am done with it by any means. As more information becomes available, I will be adding to it until hopefully I have all of the information relating to this encounter. Part of the reason I am sharing this fascinating encounter with everyone is the hopes that more witnesses will come forward with this piece of the puzzle. Around February 10th, 1977, Edwards Air Force Base near Lancaster, two security police patrol SP John, SP Bob were on the patrol of Ridgeline near the Rocket Propulsion Laboratory in the security vehicle, so that SP John could give SP Bob a good view of the area. SP Bob was now a trainee, new to the base, so SP John was helping him become familiar with the base. It was approximately 2 o'clock 0200 when observing the area, the pair spotted a large black disc-shaped object which appeared to be sitting on top of one of the laboratory buildings. SP Bob asked SP John, "What is that?" To which John replied, "I have no idea." This started to rise up to an estimated 200 feet from the building and started moving in a circular motion towards their position. John raised the microphone from the vehicle radio to transmit his position was, and he was seeing, and he realized the radio was dead. Both men tried their portable walkie-talkies, which were also dead. Of note, all the radios were checked both before and after the guard mount and were otherwise normal. Next, SP John turned on all the vehicle light, bar an attempt to use it as a signal. Even though they were many miles from base, the lights operated for about 10 seconds before they too ceased to function. It would not come on, no matter how SP John's efforts. When the disc was within 100 feet of the security vehicle, the engine died as well and would not restart. Alright, a lot more to the articles you could see. I'm going to leave it to you. It's just one of many sightings that we hear about, but another sighting nonetheless. Alright, there you go. That's our UFO news. I'll be right back. Book of Enoch is next.
Come into our circle, Great Spirit. Fill our souls with peace.
Continuing on. So we've been doing the Book of Enoch on Tuesdays. We're going to continue on with that. The next chapter we're up to is chapter 38. Chapter 38. The first parable. When the congregation of the righteous shall appear, and sinners shall be judged for their sins, and shall be driven off the face of the earth. And when the righteous one shall appear before the eyes of the righteous, whose elect works hang upon the Lord of spirits, and the light shall appear to the righteous and the elect who dwell on the earth, where there will be dwelling of the sinners, and where the resting place of those who have denied the Lord of spirits. It had been good for them if they had not been born. When the secrets of the righteous shall be revealed, and the sinners judged, and the godless driven from the presence of the righteous and the elect, from the time of those possess the earth, shall no longer be powerful and exalted. And they shall not be able to behold the face of the holy, for the Lord of spirits has caused his light to appear on the face of this holy, righteous, and elect. Then shall the kings and the mighty perish, and be given to the hands of the righteous and the holy, and thenceforward none shall seek for themselves mercy from the Lord of spirits, for their life is at an end. And it shall come to pass in those days that elect and holy children will descend from the high heaven, and their seed will become one with the children of men. And in those days Enoch received books of real and wrath, and the books of disquiet and expulsion. And mercy shall not be accorded unto them, saith the Lord of spirits. And in those days a whirlwind carried me off from the earth, and set me down at the end of the heavens. And there I saw another vision, the dwelling place of the holy, and the resting places of the righteous. Here mine eyes saw the dwellings with his righteous angels, and their resting places with the holy. And they petitioned and interceded and prayed for the children of men, and righteousness flowed before them as water, and mercy like dew upon the earth. Thus it is amongst them forever and ever. And in that place mine eyes saw the elect one of righteousness and of faith. And I saw his dwelling place under the wings of the Spirit of Lord of spirits. And righteousness shall prevail in his days, and his righteous and elect shall be without number before him forever and ever. And all the righteous and elect before him shall be strong as fiery lights, and their mouth shall be full of blessing. And their lips extol the name of the Lord of spirits. And righteousness before him shall never fail, and uprightness shall never fail before him. There I wish to dwell, and my spirit longed for that dwelling place. And there heretofore hath been my portion, for so has it been established concerning me before the Lord of spirits. In those days I praised and extolled the name of the Lord of the spirits with blessings and praises, because he hath destined me for blessing and glory according to the good pleasure of the Lord of spirits. For a long time my eyes regarded that place, and I blessed him and praised him, saying, Blessed is he, and may he be blessed from the beginning and forevermore. And before him there was no ceasing. He knows before the world was created what is forever, and what will be from generation unto generation. Those who sleep not bless thee. They stand before thy glory and bless, praise, and extol, saying, Holy, holy, holy is the Lord of spirits. He filleth the earth with spirits. And here my eye saw all those who sleep not, they stand before him, and bless him, say, Blessed be thou, blessed be the name of the Lord forever and ever. And my face changed, for I could no longer behold. And after that I saw thousands of thousands, and 10,000 times 10,000. I saw the multitude beyond number and reckoning, who stood before the Lord of spirits. And on the four sides of the Lord of spirits I saw four presences, different from those that sleep not. And I learnt their names, for the angel that went with me made known to me their names, and showed me all of the hidden things. And I heard the voices of the four presences as they uttered praises before the Lord of glory. The first voice blessed the Lord of the spirits forever and ever. The second voice I heard blessing the elect one, and the elect one who hangs upon the Lord of the spirits. And the third voice I heard pray and intercede for those who dwell on the earth, and supplicate in the name of the Lord of spirits. And I heard the fourth voice fending off the Satans, and forbidding them to come before the Lord of spirits, and accuse them who dwell on the earth. After that I asked the angel of peace who went with me, who showed me everything that is hidden. Who are these four presences which I have seen, and whose words I have heard and written down? And he said unto me, This first is Michael, the merciful, the long-suffering. And the second, who is set over all the diseases and the wounds of the children of men, is Raphael. And the third, who is set over all the powers, is Gabriel. And the fourth, who is set over the repentance unto hope of all those who inherit eternal life, is named Phanuel. And these are the four angels of the Lord of spirits, and the four voices I heard in those days. And after that I saw all the secrets of heaven, and how the kingdom is divided, and how the actions of men are weighed in the balance. And there I saw the mansion of the elect, and the mansions of the holy, and mine eyes saw there all the sinners being driven from thence, which deny the name of the Lord of the spirits, and being dragged off, and they could not abide because of the punishment which proceeds from the Lord of the spirits. And there mine eyes saw the secrets of the lightning and of the thunder, and the secrets of the wind, and how they are divided to blow over the earth, and the secrets of the clouds and the dew. And there I saw from thence they proceed in the place from whence they saturate the dusty earth. And there I saw closed chambers, out of which the winds are divided, the chambers of the hail and the winds, the chamber of the midst and of the clouds, and the cloud thereof hovers over the earth from the beginning of the world. And I saw the chambers of the sun and the moon, whence they proceed, and whither they come again, and their glorious return, and how one is superior to the other, and their stately orbit, and how they do not leave their orbit, and they add nothing to their orbit, and they take nothing from it, and they keep faith with each other in accordance with the oath by which they are bound together. The first son goes forth and traverses his path according to the commandment of the Lord of spirits, and mighty is his name forever and ever. After that I saw the hidden and the visible path of the moon, and she accomplishes the course of her path in that place by day and by night, the one holding a position opposite the other before the Lord of spirits. And they give thanks and praise, and rest not, for unto them is their thanksgiving rest. For the sun changes off for a blessing or a curse, and the course of the path of the moon is light to the righteous, and the darkness to the sinners is the name of the Lord, who made a separation between the light and the darkness, and divided the spirits of men, and strengthened the spirits of righteousness in the name of his righteousness. For no angel hinders, and no power is able to hinder, for he appoints a judge for them all, and he judges them all before him. Wisdom found no place where she might dwell. There is a dwelling place was assigned her in the heavens. Wisdom went forth to make her dwelling among the children of men, and found no dwelling place. Wisdom returned to her place, and took her seat amongst the angels. And unrighteousness went forth from her chambers, whom she sought not she found, and dwelt with them. as rain in the desert and dew on a thirsty land. And I saw their lightnings and the stars of heaven, and I saw how he called them all by their names, and how they hearkened unto him. And I saw how he weighed in the righteous balance according to their proportions of light. I saw the width of their spaces and the day of their appearing, and how their revolution produces lightning. And I saw their revolution according to the number of angels, and how they kept faith with each other. And I asked the angel who went with me, who showed me what was hidden, what are these? And he said to me, the Lord of Spirits has shown thee their parabolic meaning, their parable. These are the names of the holy who dwell on the earth and believe in the name of the Lord of Spirits forever and ever. And another phenomena I saw in regard to the lightning, how some of the stars arise and become lightning and cannot part with their new form. And this is the second parable concerning those who deny the name of the dwelling of the holy ones of the Lord of the Spirits. And into the heaven they shall not ascend, and on the earth they shall not come. Such shall be one of the sinners, such shall be the lot of the sinners, who have denied the name of the Lord of the Spirits, who are thus preserved for the day of suffering and tribulation. On that day mine elect shall one sit on the throne of glory, and shall try their works, and their places of rest shall be innumerable. And their souls shall grow strong within them when they see mine elect ones, and those who they have called upon my glorious name. Then will I cause mine elect to dwell among them. And I will transform the heaven and make it an eternal blessing and light. And I will transform the earth and make it a blessing. And I will curse mine elect ones to dwell upon it. I will cause mine elect ones to dwell upon it, but the sinners and the evildoers shall not set foot thereon. For I have provided and satisfied with peace my righteous ones, and have caused them to dwell before me. But for the sinners there is judgment impending with me, so that I shall destroy them from the face of the earth. And there I saw the one who had a head of days, and his head was white like wool, and with him was another being whose countenance had the appearance of a man, and his face was full of graciousness like one of the holy angels. And I asked the angel who went with me, and showed me all the hidden things concerning the Son of Man, who he was, and whence he was, and why he went with the head of days. And he answered and said unto me, This is the Son of Man, who hath righteousness, with whom dwelleth righteousness, and who receiveth all the treasures of that which is hidden, because the Lord of Spirits hath chosen him, and whose lot hath the preeminence before the Lord of Spirits in uprightness forever. And this Son of Man, whom thou hast seen, shall raise up the kings and the mighty from their seats, and the strong from their thrones, and shall loosen the reins of the strong, and break the teeth of the sinners. And he shall put down all the kings from their thrones and the kingdoms, because they do not extol and praise him, nor humbly acknowledge when the kings was bestowed upon him. And they shall put down the countenance of the strong, and they shall fill them with shame. And darkness shall be their dwelling, and worms shall be their bed. And they shall have no hope of rising in their beds, because they do not extol the name of the Lord of Spirits. And these are they who judge the stars of heaven, and raise their head up against the Most High, and tread upon the earth, and dwell upon it. And all their deeds manifest unrighteousness, and their power rests upon their riches, and their faith is in the gods which they have made with their hands. And they deny the name of the Lord of Spirits, and they persecute the houses of his congregations, and the faithful hang upon the name of the Lord of the Spirits. And in those days shall have descended the prayer of the righteousness, and the blood of the righteous from the earth before the Lord of the Spirits. In those days the holy ones who dwell above the heavens shall unite with one voice, and supplicate and pray, and I praise and give thanks and bless the name of the Lord of the Spirits, on behalf of the blood of the righteous which has been shed, and that the prayer of the righteous may not be in vain before the Lord of Spirits, that judgment may be done unto them, and that they may not have to suffer forever. In those days I saw the head of days, when he seated himself upon the throne of his glory, and the books of the living were opened before him, and his host which is in heaven above him, and his counselors stood before him. And the hearts of his holy were filled with joys, because the number of the righteous had been offered, and the prayer of the righteous had been heard, and the blood of the righteous had been required before the Lord of spirits. All right, we're going to stop there. So, interesting that in this book, the book of Enoch, which is the story of Enoch who was taken up, that we saw a preview of Jesus, Son of Righteousness, the Son of Man. So very interesting that that was there. And that is the book of Enoch for today. We'll continue on from this next chapter here once we get to there next week. All right, moving right along. Here's an article from In 5D. And the article here is 11 Guaranteed Methods to Raise Your Vibration. Alright, this is from Michelle Welling. This article goes on to say, how can we be impervious to chemtrails, GMOs, radiation poisoning, and cancer? Can we make changes in our life that will vibrate it out of our existence? There are suggested methods of raising your vibration that we can guarantee that you will be on the highest vibrating version. Eventually, the planet will separate into two versions of itself through vibration, according to Dolores Cannon. One will remain in the lower 3D consciousness of fear and negativity as it is now, while a whole new Earth will be created in 5D consciousness that will resonate with positive vibrations and awakening. In order to move into the 5D Earth, raising your vibration is one of the most important things you can do at this time. Many articles and books have been written on how to raise your vibration. There are some great methods such as singing, meditation, exercise, and laughter that are covered in this article, How to Ascend, Raising Your Vibration. The link's right here. We are multidimensional beings having a physical experience. Stuck engines may be lurking in the past. Stuck energies may be lurking in the past or different dimensional existence. Here are some of the more advanced methods to raise your vibrations. Alright, we've gone over a number of these. From time to time we've talked about them. So we've got professional past life regression therapy. This is good because it helps to bring out our past so we understand. Drumming, the rhythm, can help put you in that trance-like state. Rainbow meditations. When white light is refracted or separated, it creates a prism of colors. In your meditation, imagine white light streaming, emanating from your center of the cosmos directly into aura above your head. Your aura is the field that surrounds your body. As light passes through the aura, it separates into the rainbow of colors that surround and penetrate your energy fields, including your physical body. Imagine the brightest rainbow colors you have ever seen moving through you, cleansing everything. Advanced diet therapy is important. Detox your body, cleanse the poisons out. Holistic meditation analysis. Medication analysis. It is best to receive professional medical advice in order to make changes in your prescription drug routine. Free will sovereignty is a universal law that has been abused by those who are trying to claim control over the planet for thousands of years. In some cases, our free will has been outright stolen from us, thus violating universal law. In most cases, we've been tricked into making free will choices that were not in our best interest. We have to wake up with a positive attitude. This is important. And making love also, very important. Okay, so a lot more to read here. Home vibration assessment. Connect to the earth on the ground level. And daydream about the most beautiful places in the world. Raising your vibration goes hand in hand with healing and clearing through the law of vibrational attainment. When your body cells vibrate faster, they expand and make room for more light. As we've continued towards higher dimension, the body will vibrate at such high rate of speed that it will physically emanate light. It says planet Earth is a sentient being that has a symbiotic relationship with her inhabitants. As she raises her vibration, it helps humans to reach a higher frequency. By humans raising a higher vibration, it gives her a new benchmark with which to continue to raise her frequency. And then when one person makes an effort to raise their consciousness and their vibration, it helps everyone on the planet. Humans are connected together by a conscious field that is shared on a subconscious level. What one person does affects another person, even if they are on different sides of the earth, through the 100th monkey effect. It says it may seem like a losing battle to eat right and avoid the dangers we face in our environment. All of that is an illusion that can be transcended through raising your vibration. While some people are leaving the planet through illness, others are appearing to look younger, have a certain glow about them. Even if you still do not believe that you can change your reality by imagination, love, and joy, you have nothing to lose by trying the methods mentioned in this article. So this is a good article. Again, good stuff, Michelle. So check out this article, read the full thing, follow the links. Michelle has other articles there. You've heard many on the show. And sit there and read through them. She has a lot of great information, about raising your consciousness and so on. And at In 5D, just tons of great information there. So just follow the links. They're all there. But it's very important. You know, we go through this day by day life. We're bombarded with all of the energies around us. And either we go through and we believe that we're a victim to all of this and there's nothing we can do, or we can walk through it believing that we can put up our protections, put up our force fields, learn to adapt to the energies, cleanse our bodies of it. There's many things we can do, many things. And as we understand the things that we can do, we realize many of them are beyond the physical realm, which gives all of us the ability to tap in to those areas. All we have to do is just give it a try, close our eyes and make an effort to do so. But it just seems that with the world going the way it is, and we are beings that have evolved through time, that the process of evolving and adapting, adjusting is a natural thing. And that if we simply get in sync with life, we'll find ourselves adjusting in the way that we need to the changes that are taking place. So there you go. Alright, so go check out the rest of that article there. And that brings us to our message for today, which comes to us from SaLuSa. Here we go.
SaLuSa.
August 22nd, 2014, by Mike Quincy.
Many of you have accepted that time is passing by quicker than ever, and it will continue to do so as it takes you into the higher vibrations. It is all part of the unavoidable changes that are taking place, that are necessary to bring the new age into being. With it comes a welcome change for the population of Earth, who are being affected in such a way that they are moving into a new level where there is less negativity. This will continue until the lower vibrations can no longer exist, and peace will have settled upon Earth. There is no way that the onward progress can be halted by the dark ones, as it has been decreed by the higher forces that control your destiny. Whilst you have free will, there are also dictates that shape your future in accordance with the plan for man. Whatever impression you get as to what is taking place, bear in mind that your future has already been mapped out. Absolutely nothing can change your destiny to move out of the lower vibrations and enjoy the levels of light that are free from them. A glorious future awaits you when you will meet your true family, and return to your higher self. This will take time, but your perception of it is already changing as you experience the speeding up of time. It is not in fact constant, which is already known by you, and eventually you will enter the future where everything exists in the now. Even now, when you return to the higher levels following your transition after the death of your physical body, you will experience many such changes. It is a step nearer to the true reality that you have existed in between lives for millennia of time, and serves to remind you of your higher state of being. Your earthly existence is a harsh test of your ability to overcome the lower vibrations, whilst at the same time continuing to evolve. It is a level where souls can incarnate to make spiritual progress much faster than in the higher ones. The lessons can be played out so as to fit in with your level of vibration, and the higher it is, the quicker you can progress. No one is pushing you to experience other than at the speed you feel comfortable with. It is why so many souls are at quite different stages of evolution. It may sound extremely hard to progress in such circumstances, yet it is the ideal situation where so many opportunities can be taken. We would reiterate once again, that every soul has guides and teachers accompanying them. They help you along with their guidance whilst ensuring that they do not interfere with your free will. Dear ones, you can feel safe and cared for as you play out the last days of your time in the lower dimension. Your guides and mentors wish you success, and will do everything that is permissible to help you, providing it does not impose upon your free will. Whenever you have doubts and worry about the negative energies, you attract them to you, which increases your vulnerability. You can cause the very thing to happen that you do not want, so think positive at all times, and keep your focus upon your goal. Be assured that this period in your lives is extremely important, as if you fail to achieve the higher vibrations you are destined to remain in the lower dimensions. You will of course have an opportunity to achieve your aims in another cycle, but having come so far, it is wise to put the effort in to succeed this time round. We continue to protect you from outside interference as other civilizations are interested in your progress. The experience you are undertaking attracts the interest of many of them, because of the multitude of different beings that are taking part in it. Souls have come from all over the universe to observe or participate in the end times, and indeed it is worth pointing out that in reality you are all space beings. Your home is not on Earth, and many of you have volunteered to help others to rise up out of the lower vibrations. With your experience in higher vibrations, you have the confidence that you can avoid being pulled down by them. We of course closely monitor your progress and are always on hand to guide you. We admire your tenacity and determination to fulfill your mission, and the souls you are helping will be forever grateful. Indeed, everyone gains in such a situation, as no experience is without its value. Every soul associated with the earth gains knowledge through their experiences, and it is, as you might say, a fast-track experience that many others desire. However, the lower vibrations are such that they can pull you down, and you can forget your true mission. That is where your guides are working closely with you to try and get you back on your agreed path. Much of the contact with them happens when you are in your sleep and out of the body. Much good work is done at such times, and when you have sorted out your problems, you will find that you wake up feeling at ease and refreshed. That is good reason to follow your intuition when you are seeking answers to them. You are never abandoned or left alone, although there are times when you feel unwanted or ill at ease. As we have often stated, you can call upon us at any time and we will respond as best we can without affecting your life plan. You have a saying about the calm before the storm, and we can tell you that the storm has peaked and very soon a period of calmness will commence. You can contribute to it by living as a good example of one who is aware and spreading the love and light far and wide. Peace is coming and great times lay ahead, and already many light workers are laying down the foundations of a new age. We assure you yet again and again, that nothing will stop progress into the new age, and you already have both feet on the path to it. I am SaLuSa from Sirius, and pleased to be able to contact you with news of the progress that is being made. In some ways it is slow by your way of measuring time, yet from our vantage point matters are quickly being sorted out. We are members of the Galactic Federation of Light and committed to your well-being and successful future. We are one, and when you ascend we shall come together as we continue our work for the light.
Thank you, SaLuSa.
Alright, another good message for SaLuSa, again, confirming what we know about the change taking place. So it's good to have these confirmations, isn't it? Because it lets us know that we're moving in the right direction. That moves us to the next direction of our meditation. Just go ahead and close your eyes. Take a deep breath. And exhale. Take another deep breath. And exhale again. And breathe in. And out. And imagine yourself walking along the path of life, feeling the flow of life, the in and outs, the back and forth, the to and fro flow of energy. And understand how this flow of energy has been going on for a long, long time and will continue to go on. And this flow of energy does not need to get in tune with us, but we need to get in tune with it. And as we attune ourselves to the vibrations of life, we find that life moves much smoother. We find that as we go through a day to day, we find that synchronicity with life helps us to move through smoothly and efficiently. We find that there are many surprises that pop up. Things that we realize occurred because we are in synchronicity with the energy of life. So we just imagine ourselves moving in rhythm. Moving in rhythm with life as if we're dancing with life. And contemplate the words of the affirmation, today I will make time for myself. Today I will make time for ourselves. So imagine taking time for yourself, to have time with yourself, to experience the time that is all around you. Imagine all of your chakras are activated from the bottom of the spine up, red at the base of the spine, orange at the belly button, yellow just below the rib cage, green at the heart chakra, blue at the throat, indigo at the third eye, violet at the crown chakra, and the light continues on into the cosmos, connecting into the other 5 chakras, 12 in all, that reach deep into the cosmos. Feel the energy flowing through your chakras, cleansing them. Imagine a bright colored rainbow flowing through you, entering into your auric field. Imagine all of the colors, these vibrant colors, entering all of the chakras, cleansing them, energizing them. And just feel the energy around you today, and let that be enough. Just to feel what you are experiencing, so that you are aware of what life is offering. So as you go through the world today, just walk through with an open mind, to be aware of what is taking place around you in the unseen world. And let the subconscious mind continue on that journey, and let's bring the conscious mind back to the present moment on the count of 3. 3, coming back to the present moment filled with confidence. 2, coming back to the present moment filled with faith. And 1, coming back to the present moment happy, healthy, and whole. Happy, healthy, whole. Take another deep breath. Exhale. And open your eyes. That's it, my friends. That's our show for today. Thank you so much for being here yet again. I'll be back tomorrow. We're going to continue on our discussion of Atlantis. And then Thursday we'll be back with the Pleiadians. Friday, Jesus. That's the themes we're going to be following for a while. So hope you can join us on upcoming shows, and we will continue to be learning and experiencing together. That's it. I'm going to stop rambling now. I'll be back tomorrow. Till then, I love you. Keep loving each other. We're all in this together, so let's just make this the world we want. All right? Peace. I'm out of here.